Hey, I'm Jamie Easton. Today's episode of the Smart 7 is brought to you by your Nectar prices at Sainsbury's. Imagine a world where your favourite things cost less. It's pretty amazing, right? It's like the universe is aligned just for you. Well, that's the magic of your Nectar prices at Sainsbury's, and it's pretty simple. You can unlock up to 10 personalised discounts every Friday on things you love in the Nectar app. And the best part is that while Nectar prices are for everyone, your Nectar prices are just for you. It couldn't be simpler. Each week you'll get up to 10 personalised offers. They're your Nectar prices. So every Friday, just check your Nectar app and unlock your Nectar prices to save more now. Enjoy your own personalised discounts on things you love with your Nectar prices at Sainsbury's. That's good food for all of us. This offer's for 18 plus, Nectar app required. Unlock up to 10 your Nectar prices weekly. Available in supermarkets, online and in locals with Smart Shop. T&Cs apply. On today's Smart 7, Israel pushes ahead with Gaza City plan, confusion over Trump-Putin Alaska meeting and much more. It's Monday 11th of August, it's Play in the Sand Day, and happy birthday Viola Davis.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has come under serious pressure after his announcement on Friday that Israel will intensify military operations in Gaza. The new goal is to take control of Gaza City, but ultimately to occupy the whole territory and, in the words of the Prime Minister, free Gaza from Hamas. The United Nations Security Council held an emergency meeting on Sunday and condemned the new plan, which they say risks further endangering both the hostages and the civilian population. Slovenia's UN Ambassador Samuel Zabogar spoke on behalf of the UK, France, Germany and Denmark, who called the meeting.
This plan risks violating international humanitarian law. We call on Israel to urgently reverse this decision. Any attempts at annexation violate international law.
Israel killed a prominent Al Jazeera journalist and 4 of his colleagues in a strike on Sunday, claiming that Anas al-Sharif was the head of a Hamas cell, a claim that the UN calls unsubstantiated, while Al Jazeera described him as one of Gaza's bravest journalists. Meanwhile, the Israeli PM defended his Gaza City occupation plan, and he appears to have the continued support of US President Trump.
We will not forget what happened, and we will do whatever it takes to defend our country and defend our people, defend our future. We will win the war, with or without the support of others.
With no sign of any increase in humanitarian relief for the people of Gaza and Israel's new plan to launch a fresh assault on Gaza City, it was no surprise that there was a huge turnout for Saturday's protest in support of Palestine Action. The group has been proscribed under terror laws, and many of the protesters carried signs saying, "I oppose genocide, I support Palestine Action." Police made over 500 arrests, with most people bailed immediately, but that marks one of the largest mass arrests since the poll tax protests back in 1990. One of those attending was massive attacks Robert Del Naya.
I fear for the safety of all these people that are writing those signs now, because it shows the absurdity of the law, and this whole thing is a waste of police time. And again, as I said, a mass distraction.
The group Defend Our Juries organised the protest, which is in part intended to highlight how the government is using terror laws. And Saeed Taji Faruqi, spokesperson for Defend Our Juries, says he's not surprised by the turnout as the tragedy in Gaza continues.
The protests will continue. I mean, look, whether Defend Our Juries arranges them or not, the protests are going to continue. It's clear that there are tens of thousands of people so incensed by what they're seeing on their screens every day that they're willing to be arrested. So that's very clear. But the purpose has never been to overwhelm the police.
There was serious confusion over the weekend about what exactly Vladimir Putin and US envoy Steve Witkoff agreed in Russia last week. We know that Trump and Putin are due to meet in Alaska next Friday, but it's still not clear whether President Zelensky will attend and what concessions Trump has already agreed to. European leaders, including Emmanuel Macron and Keir Starmer, were working the phones all weekend, trying to ensure that Ukraine and its bargaining positions are clear. There was a firm no to the idea of any concession of territory, and Zelensky says any decision without Kyiv is a dead decision. Ukrainian opposition politician Alexei Goncharenko remains optimistic that the talks will yield a positive outcome.
It's a time for a very serious, maybe even tough diplomacy, but it should be the closed doors. I think President Trump has enough of leverage to make Putin stop, at least for the moment.
US Vice President JD Vance is in the UK for a few days with his wife and family. He met with Foreign Secretary David Lammy on Saturday in Kent, and it's understood he'll spend a few days in the Cotswolds, not a million miles from Jeremy Clarkson's diddly squat farm. It's also a semi-official visit, with meetings expected on Ukraine and potentially a visit to US troops based in the UK. Sunday morning saw a family visit to Hampton Court Palace and a sit-down interview with Fox News, where he tried out a new line of attack on the ongoing Epstein saga.
While the Democrats have tried to make this Epstein thing about anything but the fact that Democrat billionaires and Democrat political leaders went to Epstein Island all the time, but it's totally reasonable to ask these questions.
Still to come on today's Smart 7 in association with Metro, Crystal Palace shock Liverpool and Ray Fiennes gets a bit choral. Right after this. Hey, I'm Jamie East, and today's episode of the Smart 7 is brought to you by your Nectar prices at Sainsbury's. Imagine a world where your favourite things cost less. It's pretty amazing, right? It's like the universe is aligned just for you. Well, that's the magic of your Nectar prices at Sainsbury's, and it's pretty simple. You can unlock up to 10 personalised discounts every Friday on things you love in the Nectar app. And the best part is that while Nectar prices are for everyone, your Nectar prices are just for you. It couldn't be simpler. Each week you'll get up to 10 personalised offers. They're your Nectar prices. So every Friday, just check your Nectar app and unlock your Nectar prices to save more now. Enjoy your own personalised discounts on things you love with your Nectar prices at Sainsbury's. That's good food for all of us. This offer's for 18 plus, Nectar app required. Unlock up to 10 your Nectar prices weekly, available in supermarkets, online and in locals with Smart Shop. T&Cs apply. Welcome back. The football is back, or nearly back. The Premier League kicks off on Friday night as champions Liverpool face Bournemouth in the opening game. But on Sunday, it was Crystal Palace that Liverpool faced in the Community Shield, as the Premier League winners went head-to-head with the FA Cup winners. Liverpool scored within 4 minutes, but it was a tough game which finished 2-2, and then went to penalties. Palace won the penalty shootout, to their fans' delight, making 2025 officially the best year in the club's history. Goalkeeper and Palace hero Dean Anderson was also pretty pleased.
We turned up today, they're the favourites. Have got unbelievable players, they're a great team, and we knew it would be difficult. We had to defend and we had to work so hard, but you know what, 2 trophies in 3 months, is it? That's incredible, and let's write the next bit of history.
This weekend saw much talked about horror movie Weapons take the #1 spot at the box office on its opening weekend, closely followed by Freaky Friday sequel Freakier Friday. Even though it's been 22 years since the first movie, the magic of the body swap comedy is clearly still strong. Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan both returned for the new movie, and Lindsay was busy on the promo tour talking up the new movie, which sounds like it was more fun to make than the first one.
Tess is still micromanaging Anna a bit, and there's a swap that happens.
Yeah.
And everyone has to learn a lesson.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Everyone cannot
But
wait.
it's a lot funnier this week. There's more physical comedy. We have more music. There's just a lot more going on, which is exciting.
If you're in the mood for an old-school British movie, there's a good one on the way. It's called The Choral, and it's written by legendary playwright Alan Bennett. Set in 1916 during the First World War, it follows the story of a Yorkshire town struggling to put on their traditional choral performance as the war rages on and conscription sees many head off to fight. It stars Ray Fiennes along with Alan Armstrong and Sir Simon Russell Beale, and it's due to hit cinemas in November.
This gentleman wants to know if any of you can sing.
Limb lost, not to mention the things you've seen. Life is shit. So sing. A man should hear a little music every day of his life, so worldly cares may not obliterate the beautiful in the human soul.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes and we'll give you the world.
Gene Smart has just returned to Broadway in the hit play Call Me Izzy, and critics can't stop raving. The New York Times cheers. Gene Smart is an awe-inspiring triumph. Deadline calls it a tour de force performance and a remarkable new play. The audience is dazzled and completely in her hands, says The New Yorker. And the Washington Post adds, Gene Smart is transfixing. Call Me Izzy, the can't-miss Broadway event of the summer.